A big mid-state newspaper will likely soon have a new owner. If you pay close attention, this might sound like a story we brought you 2 years ago, but it's not. Seth Kaplan's here to explain. Seth.
Yeah, Alicia, indeed, Lancaster's LNP is changing hands again. 2 years ago, the longtime owners gifted it to the organization that also owns WITF Public Media. Well, now that organization is, you might say, regifting LNP to a well-known national journalist who got his start at the paper.
We are turning LNP into a nonprofit for the first time in its 231-year history.
Early October was really when the really serious discussions began.
About separating LNP from Pennon, which owns both the paper and WITF Radio and TV. It was only a couple of years ago that the Steinman family, which owned the paper for 158 years, gave it to Pennon.
We've learned a lot.
Including Pennon Chair Lee Horner says that having both media companies under one roof wasn't as synergistic as everyone hoped.
It was about really trying our best to figure out what was in the best interest of both Pennon and LNP.
So the idea of giving the paper to a new owner. David Green, a former national public radio host seen here reporting in Libya, but who got his start at the paper in Lancaster, became intrigued with the idea of turning LNP into a nonprofit.
The nonprofit model, there's something philosophical that happens. I think it really gives a community a sense of ownership of an organization.
Green is now LNP Lancaster Online's interim publisher. Here he was speaking Tuesday with its staff and is in the process of becoming its owner. Two real-life nonprofit models emerged. The Baltimore Banner, which is a rather new online newspaper, and the Salt Lake Tribune, an old newspaper that became a nonprofit.
Subscriptions and ad revenue are just not supporting organizations like LNP Lancaster Online.
And we had a small team of people go out to Salt Lake.
It's a three-legged stool. They literally have built a philanthropic stream that has become the third leg of a stool.
He'll have to make some big decisions.
More than 30,000 people are getting a print product that they love and are committed to it.
No change to that for now, at least. And you know how he's looking at examples of success elsewhere?
I think you're going to be hearing in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, other places coming to us and saying, how did you pull off this amazing thing and how can we copy it?
And we will certainly be watching it. David Green was actually on Pennon's board. He stepped down to avoid a conflict of interest after all this started. Both organizations say they are very much rooting for each other. You can catch my full 8-minute interview with David Green on the ABC 27 News Plus app, which Alicia and Dennis, as you know, is on your Roku, Fire, or Amazon or Apple Smart TV.
And everybody should be rooting for that to succeed. They're an outstanding journalistic organization. A journalistic organization we need, some would argue now more than ever. So good luck to them.
Absolutely. Good luck to them. Seth, thank you.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27, and we're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the homepage, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.